You ready?
Yes, recording.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Product Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jacqueline Snyder, with my lovely and talented co-host, Minna Kunlo-Sita. Hey, Minna.
Hey, Jacqueline.
So today we are going to talk about how to increase your visibility for holiday sales. This is a big topic in our Facebook group and with our clients and with our one-to-one coaching or one-to-two coaching. And we wanted to bring this to all of our listeners.
Yeah, this is an exciting time because you can really get creative with what you want to do. And it's one of those times when you don't feel like you're pestering people, like, buy this from me, because people are getting so many offers and so many sales thrown at them. So then you're just like, hey, I might as well jump in on this action too.
So oftentimes people feel like if they build it, the sales will come. And that's not necessarily true. And then other times people are like, well, if I was just more visible, the sales would come. But then how do you build that visibility? And there have been a lot of episodes, if you listen back to some of our episodes, that we've talked about some really interesting ways to make yourself visible, be it via video or on Instagram. And we just wanted to go over some other ways that you could do this for holiday sales. But before we do that, we would like to ask you guys a favor for the holidays, because we are so grateful for all of our listeners. We would be so grateful if you could head on over to our, to however you're listening to us, if you're listening to us on iTunes, and if you could please review us or share this podcast with somebody that you know would benefit from it. So oftentimes we have a lot of friends and family members that are maybe making something at home. They might be a crafter, or they might be someone that has like a genius idea that you're like, yes, you just need to find the right person to help you. And if you could share the Product Boss podcast with them so that they know that there is help out there for them, we would be so delighted.
Yeah, and the reviews help so much. It's super easy. All you have to do is click on your podcast art. So if you're not already subscribed, you actually have to search for us first. You click on the podcast art, you scroll all the way down to the bottom to this little tiny pencil icon that says write a review. You click on that. Sometimes it'll make you like log into your Apple account, and you just write the title, which could be like Two Geniuses, and then 5 stars, and then something about, what you think about the podcast. So that's just an example. I mean, you could put whatever.
And we are doing this as a live video as well. So if you if you end up watching this video and I'm showing you my screen, then what you can see is that if you scroll all the way down, it has the reviews, a place to put stars, and write a review. And then you can actually just click on ratings and reviews and see all, and you can see the reviews that we've gotten. So we're again so grateful. So how about we read a couple reviews out?
Sure. Do we have new ones from last time?
Of course we do.
Yeah, hit me with it. This will be a surprise for me too, guys.
Okay. So Christine Walsh, thank you so much for leaving us a review. So here is your shout out, Christine. And her title of her review is Breath of Fresh Air. Thank you.
Why, thank you.
So she says, hello, Minna and Jacqueline. I started listening to your podcast after I heard Minna on BizChicks and what you said resonated with me. And I started listening to the Product Boss. I sell products in a brick and mortar as well as online. I have a print and graphic shop in Baltimore, and I'm having trouble switching platforms and selling online. Your advice is dead on, and I have put many of your ideas to good use, including getting a VA. Woohoo! That was me adding the woohoo. Thanks. Keep up the great work and ideas. So thank you so much. That is just so sweet.
Yeah, we got a lot of people from BizChicks, and that just makes me so happy. I love Natalie so much, and she's been encouraging me to get on other podcasts, which I have not done. But I I feel so good about the response, and I'm so happy you found us, Christine. Thank you so much for that review.
And then I want to thank Anissa Hussein, who is actually a client for both the Product Boss and for myself with Designer Consulting Co-op. So thank you for taking the time, because we don't pay for these. Like we say it on the podcast. We don't ask you guys when we're talking to you in one-to-one. But we do know some of you because you're in our community and we're really involved in our community. So Anissa wrote, great advice. Jacqueline and Minna are so personable and easy to listen to. Content is spot on. Keep podcasting, ladies. We love listening to your advice. So thanks, Anissa.
Yeah. We'll link to her business in the show notes too.
Yeah. She actually doesn't have her business up yet, but we will do a shout out.
When she gets it launched, we will update these show notes.
That's what he said. And then did we read Pinky's yet?
That
Okay.
doesn't sound familiar.
Pinky 1201 wrote game changer exclamation point. I feel like these ladies are speaking directly to me in every single episode. They're moms and bosses, specifically product bosses, which is a world of its own. So grateful to have found them. Thanks, Pinky. We're so grateful that you
Thank
have
you,
found us.
Pinky 1201. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, that's a good memory.
Yeah.
So thanks again. And thank you for everyone that listens and does do the likes and reviews and shares. I know that I'm constantly sharing podcasts I'm listening to my clients, to Minna, to my mom. I'm like, hey, listen to this, listen to this. So it's just helpful sometimes to have that to listen to and get the advice that you know is needed. So thanks again.
Yeah. Also, you guys, you can also ask Alexa to play. Alexa, play the Product Boss podcast. She's not in here. She's downstairs. I want to get like so many. By the way, they're on sale right now, you guys, because they came out with a new generation. So the other ones are now $40 instead of $50, but they were only $30 on Prime Day when I should have gotten them. So now I'm waiting till Black Friday to see if they go back down. But okay, since I haven't brought up my cousin Jimmy in a while.
I love Jimmy and I can't wait to meet him one day.
I know. So I got a new smart TV and he hooked up Alexa to it. So now I can say, well, she can't turn it on, but I can say, Alexa, turn off the TV, and she'll turn it off for me. I can say, Alexa, skip the intro, and she'll skip the intros on like Netflix and Amazon Video. And I can say, change the volume or put down the volume to 15, and she'll change the volume for me. And it's amazing. Like, I especially like the turning off thing because I can't find the remote a lot of times when I'm taking the girls somewhere. And so it's amazing. So he did that for me. And I was like, this is seriously like, how did I live my whole life without this, you know?
Alexa, make me a bulletproof coffee. No response. I don't know what you're saying. No. You can ask Alexa to talk like a, not a pirate. It was something yesterday. James had Alexa talking like R. I don't know. It wasn't a pirate, but it was so cool. Like I'm forgetting what they are. Like a barbarian, basically. It was very cool.
You know how she always responds, okay, or blah, blah, blah. Today she was like, by the way, I can respond with just this sound. It was like, ring. It was like such a pleasant sound. But then it freaked me out because I was like, by the way, like what the heck? You know, is she alive? And then Layla always talks to her and she's like, Alexa, tone, you know, like her little baby talk. And I'm like, just Alexa, you know.
We're always just yelling over each other to Alexa. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play.
Thank goodness she's not up here. She'd be going crazy right now.
By the way, sorry to anyone that's listening to this around Alexa right now.
Right. Oops. And all that to say, you can just say, Alexa, play the Product Boss podcast, and she will turn us on. And I'm pretty sure she'll just play like the latest episode.
Yeah. So please don't unsubscribe from us for listening.
No, we're making it way more accessible.
We are. She's actually turning on the Product Boss in the other room right now. So let's dig into this whole visibility to increase your holiday sales because we are in crunch time. We are thinking about all the ways to do this. I just want you guys to just take a breath for a sec and realize we can't do all of the things as much as we want to, and we can work all hours of the day to do this. So start with one, see if you can get that going. Maybe what do you think? 2, 3 things, maybe max. But let's see.
Let's do half of them.
4. Okay. Half. But let's one step at a time. Not everyone functions at like so quickly. And so just start one way. So we're going to dig in. So number 1 on a way to increase your visibility for holiday sales would be hashtags.
Hashtags. So you know how we always say like one of the ways is to look at your hashtags. It's kind of a way to look at your keywords in a sense. So mine would be hashtag mom life. Except for hashtags get pretty saturated. So you want to find ones that are maybe like 50,000 to let's say 200,000 would be amazing. So for the holidays, I looked up some hashtags for you guys. So get ready to take some notes, folks. So hashtag holiday gift ideas, 54,000. Hashtag holiday gift guide, 82,000. Hashtag realtor gifts, 13.6 thousand. So let's say, you know, like your gift pertains to like a gift that a realtor would need to give. You know, everybody's giving gifts these days. So realtor gifts is a legit hashtag. Next is Xmas gift ideas, 35,000. And then holiday gifting, 10,000. I think 10 is a little bit low, but you never know. Just throw it in there. And then hashtag client gifts, 43,000. So that's just to get the wheels turning a little bit, because you know what? You need to switch up your holiday strategy hashtags. Hashtag holiday strategy.
I love client gifts. We are not in a recession, everybody. Let's just remember this. We are out of this and people are spending their money. And so it is that time where you can go back to like gifting clients, gifting your realtor, gifting the person who, you know, like outside of the normal people, like gifting the crossing guard at your kid's school. So gifting teachers. So think about that, and that people are searching for unique gifts to give people.
So I got a gift from one of my real estate, or for my real estate. He's also my kind of like friend, my husband's friend, and kind of loosely related to us, like really distantly. So long story short, we got a gift from him that was one of those custom stamps with the address on there. It was so nice. It was just so gorgeous and beautiful, but there was a misspelling. And I was like, okay, it's a gift. I'm not going to tell them. I'm just going to toss it aside and just thank them for the gift, because it's a gift. I should appreciate it. But let me tell you, it was really disappointing because I really like that gift. Had it not had the misspelling on there, I would have been like, I love this gift so much. But long story short, make sure there's no misspellings. Just like my favorite thing to do misspellings on inserts.
or
packaging. As I'm telling a story about somebody else's misspelling. But yeah, people give gifts all the time. And this is a good way to like get in front of those people and actually just to check out to see what other people are doing. Like if you click on a photo, there's great captions on there. So maybe just like borrow one of the captions and see what type of like emojis people are using, and, you know, make it fun and festive.
So I'm not sure if this podcast is going to come out before or after we have Tyler J. McCall on the show. So it's either an announcement.
This one's before. This is before.
So Tyler J. McCall will be on our podcast and we have a video. But what I wanted to say, so we'll give you like a little bit of a sneak peek when we're going to dig into Instagram, how to use Instagram and Instagram stories for selling your product and you're increasing your visibility. So we also talked about hashtags in the way that he said before. Couple years ago, you could put hashtags, you post a picture, and people would be searching the hashtags and find you. There's a little bit less of that happening, and the ratio of people watching your videos and your stories on Instagram versus your feed is huge. You can use hashtags in your videos. So remember that whatever these hashtags are, they can also be used within the videos on your stories. And also, it's a way for you to look up people. So if you're looking up, you could search hashtag client gifts or client gift guide or whatever it is, and you could search whoever has been writing about it. And it could be a corporation looking for it. It could be another product, but whatever the case, you can start sort of interacting with people via these hashtags. So just use it as a place to not only have people find you, but a way that you can search also.
And look for people to engage with. I think he makes such a good point. He talks about how it's not like it was before where people would just find you with hashtags. I think that's an everyday strategy thing where it's not as effective. But I think for something like holiday gift, people are going on Instagram to shop. So it's in a way like so super specific that I think it would be okay. Like if you were to do hashtag Mother's Day gift, it's time sensitive and it's not like hashtag mom life, you know, where it gets like super saturated and people aren't necessarily looking there anymore. This is something where it's based on timeliness for sure, and just like how super narrow it is.
And I would say too, just hashtags are just tags. If you have a Pinterest strategy happening, same thing, whether you do a board of client gifts and your gifts are in there, or you're using these same search words that people are using that are going to pop up in this time to direct people. So it should be your tags on Pinterest. It should be within your boards. If you have a blog, just think of hashtags as what they originally are just tags, like the typical things that we put into for SEO searching, into blogs, into Pinterest, into Instagram, just using those keywords.
Yeah. So let's think of a scenario. Like let's say like MilkBliss, we've brought them up before. They do lactation cookies and overnight oats. They could actually do like hashtag lactation consultants, and they could tag like 12 of 12 lactation consultants that they happen to follow. The next day, tag another 12. The next day, another 12. So I don't know why I have 12 in my head, but you get the idea. Like, you can be tagging those people, because I think during this time, like if I were to tag my real estate friends and say hashtag realtor gifts, I don't think it's that big of a deal as like every day where they're like, oh, Mina's tagging me again. This is certainly holiday time to be tagging people with ideas of what they should be getting other people.
Hashtag milk and cookies for,
milk and cookies for Santa,
People are looking that up. So milk and cookies, people are looking up for Santa, and then theirs is literally milk and cookies because it's for milk production. So, and then we have another client, Would Love Studio, who does gift boxes for people to give to their clients. So basically like little kits that you could buy that, we could buy and send to our clients in our mastermind, for example. And so that right there is hashtag client gifts or top 10 things to give or that kind of thing. And so what she could do is reach out with hashtags or searchability of like the podcast that she listens to, that she knows people have masterminds or do one-on-one coaching. And then that could be a way in for them to see her and see that she's an option for them.
Yeah. So the whole idea behind this number one hashtags is to revisit your hashtags, and make them holiday focused. So like I said, holiday gift ideas, hashtag holiday gift guide. So there'll just be new ones that pop up during this season and this season only.
And so again, also Pinterest boards that you do like gifts for mom, gifts for dad, gifts for grandma, and like not even gifts, like Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, Kwanzaa gifts, like whatever you decide that it needs to be.
And gifts under $10, gifts under $20, gifts under $100. $100. Man.
No, but well, 100 is a big one, like, because when you have to buy, like, for the really important people, if you're about to do under 100, but yeah, like gifts for white elephant parties,
gifts for coworkers, Lord knows we never know what to get for them,
what to bring to a Christmas party, what to bring to New Year's, like that kind of thing. So just think about it, and you guys can search things from 2017 and see what people were talking about then to see what you could talk about now. So number 2 would be
Friends and Fam Day. Calling on those friends and fam again. But you know what? If you're doing this once a year or twice a year, I feel like Christmas is one of those times where it's kind of like your birthday, your company birthday, where you can like, hey, friends and fam, guess what? One time a year, we're doing this. And here it is, Friends and Fam Day. I actually always wait for Friends and Fam Day for Bare Minerals. And they have it like every year around this time in the fall, and I know it, and I'm like, I'm waiting to get my Bare Minerals because I load up during Friends and Fam time.
That reminds me, I have to buy some stuff so that I can keep my points going on another site. But it's a good reminder. Thanks, Minna. But Friends and Fam, I am fortunate enough to have people high up that work for Gap Corporation, that work at like Old Navy, because I'm in fashion. And so she gets to include people in Friends and Family Day, which happens around this time of year too, where typically you get 5, usually like the stores will have like a 5 items for X amount off. And I get like this extra bonus. And so I actually will buy, I'll do like some major shopping at knowing that, let's say I could get a discount at Banana Republic or Gap, and I'll actually buy myself like those leather boots that I wanted, and I'll wait for the Friends and Family Day.
Banana Republic always has good sales.
Yeah. And then when you get a better sale.
Yeah. So, I mean, people wait for those times a year. So just think Friends and Fam Day. It's so easy. Who cares if you get only 2 people that buy? But at least they're referring you if, it's coming up and it's holiday time. I think that, like I said, they're bombarded with so many sales that they might not even just be thinking of you. So.
Yep. And it's something that they usually know that you have it, and it's just getting them around to buying it again. So you could give it like you can even say it's like an early Black Friday for our friends and family, and give them some of those discounts that they can do their pre-shopping and not deal with the chaos of Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
You could also do a different package. Like, let's say you have a 4-pack that comes out during the holidays. They get that 4-pack on special, like a 4-pack of labels or lactation cookies or whatever. They only get that around the holiday season when it's like the bundle. Santa's, what's the thing that he carries? His knapsack thingy.
His sack of toys and the red thing on
I
his
thought
back.
there was a special word. I was going to say it was going to be Santa's bundle thing, but whatever.
You're asking the Jew.
Yeah. As I'm like, what's that word for that thing he carries?
A bag.
Yeah.
His shopping bag.
Yeah. So it could be just a different bundle that's bigger and better for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I just want to say one more thing about Friends and Family Day. So another thing you could also do, perhaps, I have a client that's going to a society. So she has a very specific product for very specific women, and she's going to the society for these women this weekend, and she can't sell it. And what I was saying to her is that she could do a Friends and Family discount code. So when she's talking to these people and they're meeting her, and she's like, if she can't get them out to her car to like sell her stuff out of her trunk, she can say like
her overcoat.
That's literally what she's like. I'm gonna have it like stashed under chairs. But what I was saying is like, why don't you connect with them in real time there and say like, you know what? I would love for you to buy some of these. They're going to be on sale or they're going to be online. Here's a Friends and Family code for you right now. And she could get their email address right then and be like, hey, why don't I email you right now? Let me get it. Let's connect. And I'll actually send you my Friends and Family code. And then that way you can buy it. So it's this personal connection. And then there's that family and friends discount code that now this woman feels like she's been brought in, they're friends, and she gets this like super special deal that other people don't get.
Yeah. Or she says, follow me on Instagram. What's your handle? And then you make her follow you on Instagram. And the first thing in your feed is that Friends and Family discount or whatever, you just direct message it to her secretly.
The DMs. Yeah. So then, or it's like, find us on Instagram and then you direct message and be like, I'll DM you and I'll give you
creep into her DM.
So the number 3 way to increase your visibility to increase your holiday sales would be holiday guides. So like holiday gift guides.
Yep. People put these out all the time. A lot of bloggers do, a lot of businesses do. I mean, holiday guides online are everywhere. So a good way to do this is there's two ways. First way is just to go into the Facebook groups that you have and say, hey, does anybody have a holiday guide? I'd love to be a part of it. A lot of times they charge you like $5 or something to be in it, or you have to give to like a giveaway that they happen to be doing consecutively during that time too. But it's super cheap, and it's, sometimes they charge like ridiculous things like $50. You have to really look at like what the offering is. Another way to find these gift guides is just to Google it. Quote marks, gift guide submissions 2018, close quote marks. I did that and gazillion links popped up for 2018 submissions. And, they might decline you. They might say yes, but it's for those ones that I like them because it's bloggers that are serious about monetizing their business, right? So they know that there needs to be some sort of structure. They're promoting that gift guide. They have an audience. So they're using that $5 to, make money from it and then also promote it really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so gift guides are great. So whether you're even you could create your own gift guides. I don't know if you have traffic and there's like ways to make that go viral sort of thing, or to put them like to do your own gift guides, like to do an Instagram story and be like, here's some gifts I love for, like, shout out to Navy Jane, shopnavyjane.com. She does plus size dresses for women. And she's coming out with a beautiful holiday line, and she could easily do an Instagram story of like gift guides for your curvy gal. And, there could be other things that she likes. Like there could be a skin cream that she really likes, or, a workout band from whoever that she loves. And this dress, because this dress that she sells is great for a Christmas party or a New Year's party. And so I think twofold: create your own content, create your own gift guides. And then also, if you can find the people, reach out. A lot of them might be done or happening, but there's other people looking for information or for products to put in their gift guides.
Yeah, right now we're at the end or middle October. I think they're still gaining submissions. They don't come out until, like November. So I would say do it now. Who knows when this is going to air though? I think it's going to air actually. It'll be mixed in with our interviews. So I'm sure it'll be sooner than one of our interviews.
Yeah. But nonetheless, like this is just, again, we talked about this in the beginning. You can't do everything. And this might be stuff that you might have to do later, but and we've worked with our people. So people who are working with us in strategy sessions with Minna and I, or somebody who's working in the mastermind, we have been talking about this already, which is part of the value, I think, sometimes of working with us one-on-one, that we can kind of pre give you information so you're prepped and ready for whatever time of year that it is. But just think about just for yourself, like people can turn to you for gift guides for all sorts of things. So if you have a baking product or a utensil or whatever it is, you just be known for something and teach them, like give them offerings, help them, like 12 people you could give this product to. That could be a gift guide. Like for your client. I used to do that. I think I've talked about this with Cuffs Couture, but like when I had Cuffs Couture, yeah, it was a gift, and it was a gift for a girl who was low maintenance, right? She was not I used to talk about my friend Melissa, who had like the Mary Poppins bag. Like she could pull a lamp out of it. Like she had everything in her bag. It was not for her. It's for the girl who like did not want to carry anything but like the thing to pay for stuff with. But then I was like, oh, one year I was like, you know what? This would be a cool way. A lot of people give out like Starbucks gift cards or Target cards. So if you put a gift card into the cuff, it was like a double use, right? Like you're giving them a card plus you're giving them the cuff. So it could be something like that, like things to give to your employees with ways to use it and ways to package it differently.
Yeah, which brings us to our next one, which is holiday incentives. You were talking about gift cards. This is where, let's say you're running ads or you're doing anything that is already bringing visibility to your business. You could add a holiday incentive to get them to buy. So that might be a free $5 gift card or $10 gift card, which, they can choose to keep for themselves, or they can regift it to somebody that they're giving the other thing to. So some other ideas would be like free gift wrap, free holiday grab bag or holiday mystery bag, and free stocking stuffer. So making it that freebie is more holiday oriented, and then that way they can get a little bit of something, and then you're using that incentive to get them to buy, to see if it is something that is effective for this time of year. So then next year, maybe you just have a whole bunch of ads that are all different incentives. Which one is working best for your audience and for your avatar?
Yeah, so we're in the month of October right now when we're recording this, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pink is in a lot of places. Things are repackaged in pink. Like coffee shops have things in pink, everything kind of goes pink. So for example, just going back to Navy Jane, she has pink. She's got a product that's pink, and she's going to actually add that in as a freebie during the month of October, because it's like, hey, supporting women, supporting breast cancer awareness, like here's something pink. And so she's adding on this sort of like extra incentive. So remember, the holiday incentive doesn't always have to be specifically to Christmas. It could be other things throughout the year as well.
Yeah, for sure. It could even be Black Friday, or, talking about the holidays. It could be Hanukkah. Let's not forget your peeps, So breast cancer is a great one. And then there's also, isn't it like Hispanic Heritage Month? I can't even remember what month is what, but that's where when you're pulling your content, what month is designated as what month. And it can be lumped into the holidays for sure on that incentive, and thinking about what you want to be giving away as your freebie or your, incentive to buy.
Absolutely.
So next is giveaways. So a lot of people you'll see will do like 12 days of giveaways or 12 days of sales during Christmas season, and they'll do it like from Black Friday on to December, because then people can order and they know what the cutoff day is for getting it. I think a really fun spin to this would be, instead of having your product, you could be giving away other things. Like I was talking about those branded cookies that they're such talented cookie makers, I saw one that was like Coco Chanel themed, and it was so cool looking, and it just had like signs and the logo and all that stuff. So like cookies for Santa giveaway, and it could be branded cookies that you would send to that person. Or it could be ugly sweater. I could definitely do that and have my clothing labels as a package that was contributing to that, because people are so into ugly sweaters. Business is built on ugly sweaters alone. So I think that would be a really good one too. What do you think about giveaways?
Well, let's just go back to ugly sweaters. My biggest regret from last Christmas holiday season was not buying. They had in Target, they had Hanukkah sweaters,
This
which
is going to be your biggest regret.
my ultimate biggest regret in my life is not buying a light up holiday Hanukkah sweater from Target. And I still think about it. So those are those times where you're like,
Have you ever seen that commercial where he gets tattooed no regrets instead of no regrets? So anytime anybody says no regrets, I always think of no regrets.
as my mom says, if you don't buy it, someone else will. So you might as well buy it. That's like literally what I grew up with my life advice. So I should have bought it. And now I hope that Target does.
I bet it was like $5 or something. How much was that sweater?
It was more of like, do you really need this? And I was like, I don't really need it. And I really actually did need it.
Obviously you do. Obviously. It's so specific. That sweater is gone forever. See you later.
Back to the podcast.
So giveaways. Yes, that would be an amazing one. If you have a holiday, not a holiday, a Jewish product like Mensch on the bench or whatever, then that would be a great one. Ugly sweater that is Hanukkah themed. I mean, so good. People would totally enter that. Jacqueline, for one.
100%. DM me on Instagram and I will join. No. So 12 days of giveaways. I love that idea. And I think also sometimes you could use product that you haven't sold through or something you want to feature. Again, you could use social media for this, but it's, you're just asking people to do something to give you their information. I'm going to say you want their email address and you will enter them to win something. And let me tell you, like, we've talked in our mastermind to a lot of people that are like, giveaways are the way. Like, giveaways are some of the ways that they've built their audiences the most because people want something for free and they are willing to give you their email address for it.
I think it's a double-edged sword. Some of those people just want freebies and they will never, ever, ever buy from you.
Totally.
So those are some of those people. But you know what? It's like that percentage of emails, right? That 10% or whatever. So out of those giveaways, if you get 10% or 2% or whatever the percentage is of giveaway people to buy, and you align that giveaway with someone who would most likely, ultimately buy your products, then I'm sure the percentage would go up. So if it's, a non-Jewish giveaway and your product is Jewish, you're probably not going to line up your customer base very well there.
Yep.
Okay. So next is visibility through an online event. So this one's kind of a fun idea based off the fact that when we were little, Santa was coming to town and it was at our local church or at our local, like here actually. Did you see that picture where Santa was the greeter at the Walmart at my husband's hometown? Yeah. And Suri sat on his lap and told her what she wanted for Christmas. And he was the greeter. So Santa comes to town and he greets everybody. And so it's based off that idea of bringing Santa to your online business. So let's say you do an online event, you invite Santa, or it could be like, let's say myself and Jacqueline, we don't invite Santa. You're wearing like Santa hats and you're making it really festive. It could be Mrs. Claus, and you do an unboxing or a recap of the year or your new products that you have coming out. Basically something really fun. You could be sipping on hot chocolate, playing some Christmas music, making it into a YouTube video and doing like ugly sweater giveaways every few hours or something. And then people will bring their own, like, I don't know, hot toddies or something. And it would be really fun,
Yeah. You can also do a Facebook Live. So if you've got a group, you can do something in there, like join me. Let's like all get, like you said, hot toddies, hot chocolate, whatever it is, and sit down and like do it. And it could be a chat, but yeah, online events would be great. And thinking about creative ways of doing that. Or you could go live like in your Instagram for like a couple hours of the day. Like I was watching, I think it was James Wedmore had an Instagram takeover from his coach, I think. And it was live and it was like there were things happening and I was like, I don't want to miss this. I'm going to kind of follow this Instagram right now and be a part of what's actually happening in real time.
That's on there for 24 hours though, you realize, right? The lives are now. Jack is like drops everything late to pick up her kids.
They're fine. They're in the parking lot. It's cool. No, it was fun to be a part of it live as
Yeah,
well.
it was. It was.
So it
I
was
get
like,
it.
because you know what? I'm not going to go back. Like something else is going to grab my attention later. So I probably won't. And then that 24 hours is going to hit. I'm going to remember the next day and then realize I missed it. So for me, I have to take action in the time.
Yeah, one of the lives that I was watching was Dana Malstaff get from of Boss Mom. She was getting interviewed on a podcast, and it was really, really good. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to come back and listen to the rest of that because I had to get going. And then I missed the whole entire thing, the whole second half. So who knows? I mean, I'm gonna have to. I don't even know what podcast that was on because I was like, well, I could just listen to it later, and then I can't even remember what it was. So totally get it. That's the whole idea of the online event is that it's, you know, just that little bit of time and then making it really fun and festive and all about the holidays. And then also you need to promote that thing. Like, you know, in a few days or in a couple days, we're doing an online event. Make sure you join us, bring your hot cocoa, and everybody that joins gets a free $5 gift card to my shop, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. And make it something, remember guys, like scarcity and time lapsing, like that tick, 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 tick clock or scarcity. Like we're going to have special giveaways, like special bonuses if you're here live, because you can also have those codes like expire. You know what I'm saying? It could be something
Mhm.
really quick that if you're live, you get it. Or maybe there's like a special product that they're able to buy right then and there with you. So just get really creative. And if you need help, go ahead and look up ideas. Use the Google machine.
Yeah, and that just brings up the point how important Santa is, right? You know how many times we've had to go hunt for Santa just because he's going to be gone and Surrey needs to tell him what she wants for Christmas. You know, so scarcity, right? Where can we find where's Santa today? He can't be everywhere, you know? So so it's just the deal has its own timing on it for sure. So the next one is it kind of ties into friends and family a little bit, but it is having a secret sale. So the best way of doing this, which I think is gathering up other businesses. So let's say 5 other businesses that serve the same customer, having the same code. Let's say it's Xmas Mom or something, and then everybody's shooting out an email to their email list. Say use this code Xmas Mom, and it works at these 5 shops, and it's a secret sale. So basically, only those people that get that email know about that sale, and then they're just, I mean, it makes it the scarcity, the secret thing, the being in the inner circle, like friends and family get to be. That's the whole thing behind that. Okay,
I like,
so
yeah, I like that.
yes,
Um,
yes, I'm glad you do.
you're welcome. No, so like on Twitter, I had to get myself off mute. On Twitter, sorry guys, I actually keep coughing, which is why I have to keep going on mute. So on Twitter, how the Twitter machine used to work is that you used to have these secret sales. Like if Southwest was one of the first ones, they'll say to use it, and they used to do these codes, right? So it's like Twitter followers, if you followed Southwest, you got a discount code to go buy something. And so these sort of secret sales, like you said, they could be online through email or it could be just for your Instagram followers, just for your Facebook group, just for um, whatever that is. And so just thinking about how you can create that, because what you're doing is you're asking them to be somewhere, to be a part of something secret and special.
Yeah, I love the secret sale. It reminds me like Secret Santa kind of. So I think it's a really good way to get people moving on something that they're like, well, nobody else knows about this and I can get this special deal. And if it's you get more people to do it, then it's just like, um 5 deals in one, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last but not least is festive emails and email signatures. So currently in my email right now, I think it just says Minna, owner of Little Labels, buy Little Labels on Amazon, and then I also have co-host of podcasts or something. But for a holiday season, I think it would be really fun to mix it up to be more festive. So it could be like you know how like people say best regards or sincerely. I usually say best Minna. I might switch it up to ho 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 Minna.
Is that what they, no, I was going to funny. Yes, you could say cheers, be merry. I
Uh-huh.
have a client that always signs his emails with something like be awesome.
Oh, I
So
like that.
yeah, so and I think that's on brand with what he does. So, I think there's there's stuff that you can do that you add in that just kind of adds like a little delight at the end. It's not like sincerely, but it's like, be festive.
Yeah. And then you might want to put the link of that secret sale that we just talked about in number 7 onto your signature. So then, like, hey, did you hear about our secret sale? It's only through our emails. So let's say you add that to your email signature, and the 4 other businesses that you got to do this with you also did. I send out so many emails a day. It might hit some people, it might not, but I mean, it costs $0 and pretty much 0 amount of time. But I did write some down for you that closing, ones that I thought were fun. Let me find those really quick. Okay.
And I also think I was just reviewing a client's website today, and she's redoing it, and she's launching, and she's putting up some of her holiday stuff, but her website still feels very summery. So if you're going to redo it, there might be a little bit of stuff that she could do to change it up to add and make it feel festive. So be it, a little bit of color change, or the images feel like they're changing to the season, so that, or like confetti for New Year's. I always used to tell people that. I was like, when you're doing your photo shoots, for example, think about the seasons that are to come, so that, like you say, like Santa, is there a Santa hat in the background? Is the packaging, does it feel a little bit more Christmassy? It's the same thing like if you get FabFitFun and it changes like for the seasons, and you get to go, your gifts come with the seasons. So thinking about your emails, your visibility, your brand recognition throughout however you're doing this, that it feels festive. It feels like you're buying for whatever time of year it is.
Yeah, and as you become more seasoned in the seasons, you'll probably be able to come out with products that fit the season, like how Lush does, like reindeer bath bombs and packaging that's specifically for the season. I think that is really fun, because then you can, it's not just switching the colors. You actually have products that come out, and they're like an unveiling in itself. Mm-hmm. But here are those. We'll end this, guys, with the closing email thingies. So let's say you end your email, best Minna now. I put hot toddies and warm wishes, Minna. Next, hugs and mistletoe kisses, Minna. So instead of hugs and kisses, I don't know. Like, that's kind of a reach on that one. Next would be happiest of Hanukkahs, Jacqueline. Might be a little too religion specific there. And last but not least, laughing all the way, ha 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 ha, Minna.
As long as it's a nice laughing all the way, not like laughing at you all the way to wherever.
No, but that's Jingle Bells.
I know. Yeah, I love it. Like there's even like PSs. Sometimes I actually think sometimes when people are doing like PS, sorry about the mistakes from my fat thumbs. Like, sometimes people will put like a PS that's funny because they're responding from their iPhones. So even if your signature was more typical, but then you like at the bottom said like PS, like I'm grateful for you, and it's like a little holiday card or something as like a PS. Mm-hmm. There is power in the PS, and it's just like adding again that treat at the end.
Oh, I love that so much. There is, I forget who calls it that, the PS strategy, but they do PS and PSS. I think it's Jeff Walker. He does the launch strategy or whatever, and he does that all the time, the PS and the PSS. So that might be something you do. You could like sequence that. So then laughing all the way, ha ha ha. Like what are the lyrics? I can't even think of it, but that would be
bells
really fun.
Above till ring. I never thought I'd sing on the podcast.
Making spirits bright. Like it would be so much fun.
Yeah. Play with it. Like this is the thing we just want you all to think of. It has gotten so big out there, and we all think we need to be big and competing with the big guys. You don't need to. Make things personal. It's like that 1,000 true fan thing I've talked about before, but you just need a core group of people that really believe in you and buy, and it will snowball. It'll be small and it get bigger and bigger and bigger. But offer delight, offer that, we talk about like even Trader Joe's, the brand, Trader Joe's, you go in, they are helpful. Did you know that at like Trader Joe's, you can sample anything, and also at Whole Foods, you can literally ask them to open a package anywhere and they'll let you try it?
I would be so scared to do that.
Okay, so I'm always like, well, whenever I'm letting my kids drink like the like yogurt packs out of the fridge, I should be like, oh, they just wanted to sample it, instead of me buying a half yogurt pack. But I don't. but they're very helpful. Like the brand is just there and it builds that brand loyalty. And so we just need to start adding to our list of people that are loyal to your brand that will keep buying it because they need it and because they like you.
Have you ever heard of the Trader Joe's stuffed animal?
Oh yeah, or you do the search for it.
Uh-huh. So they try to hide it somewhere and people look for their stuffed animal and it's like really delightful because then the kids are looking for it. It's usually deep in the store. So
Mhm.
you're looking at all the products, which you normally would not do, and you're trying to find the stuffed animal. And then when you do, your kids get like stickers and suckers, even though you get them for free anyways all the time. But I think it's the same idea as like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory gold tickets. So you could do that, handing out gold tickets for anybody who buys in October. If they get a gold ticket, they win a giveaway in December. How
I
fun would
love
that
that.
be?
Yeah, putting like little things into the boxes, and so people are
Mhm,
buying from you now before they're typically going to buy to help get something later. Same thing, like sometimes you have those like scratch off coupons. Um
mhm.
that like you do something or like if you ever go to like
I
farmer's
think
market.
Kohl's has those too, those scratch offs.
Yeah, or like a farmer's market, sometimes they'll have things that you could like spin a wheel and they'll tell you get
Mhm.
X off. Um so just adding those things, but yeah, Trader Joe's, think of other brands out there that just are why you're loyal to them. Like I'll tell you airlines that I'm loyal to because of the little things that they've done for me. It's not the big things. So just keep thinking of the little things and these people will love you. They'll know, like, and trust you. And then they're going to tell their friend about you. And that's how you start to build your customers.
Yeah, my sister just finally flew Southwest, which I've been raving about it for years and years and years. And we learned about Southwest when my other sister and I were taking MBA classes, and their business, along with Nordstrom's, is all based on customer experience. Like that's what the thread of their business is built on. And so finally, of course, she's 11 years younger than me, so she hasn't flown a lot, but she finally flew Southwest. And I was like, don't you just love it? And I was like, did they tell you jokes? And she's like, no, because for some reason, I don't know why, I love the jokes that they tell. And she's like, no, but at the end, they were like, we know that you guys can choose any airline you want to. We really appreciate you choosing us, and we hope to fly with you again. And even that little note of gratitude, right, in the PS of your emails would be wonderful. We know you can listen to any podcast,
Mm-hmm.
so we appreciate your reviews. Genuine, super true comment right there. I do appreciate it, and it's not just an example I was giving to get more reviews.
Yes, no, it's true. No, I mean really because sometimes when you're doing this and you all know this, like our podcast is a product. I know it's like a digital type deal, but we all know that we're doing these things and it's blood, sweat and tears and late nights and time away from our families or our friends. And it's something like just a little note letting you know that like you're doing a good job, or thank you, you've helped me, you've changed my life, you've added joy or value to something. And that's like as the manufacturer of something, of the product person, we're trying to add to them, and we want to also know that like whatever we've made and we've worked on is actually helping their life as well. So I think in the spirit of being grateful, we are just grateful for all of our listeners and grateful for you listening to this. And we could do our little own signing off. So cheesy. We could sing them a jingle.
Oh my gosh. Why
Ho
do we
ho
have to
ho.
say?
Just kidding. Nobody wants to listen to this.
I, I was gonna say I cannot sing a
You're like, Jacqueline, abort, abort.
no, no. But we do need our own sign off. That's a brilliant idea.
So until next time.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening. And do we want to talk about strategy sessions? No, not this time.
We can. We're really good at these like end.
Let's
We
drag
sign
this
off and
on.
then we add
Drag
on.
this on. Yeah, but usually if I'm enjoying an episode, I like to hear a little bit more from the people and how I can work with them. So insert strategy session chat right here. So if you would love to work directly with Jacqueline and myself in a strategy session 2-on-1, we would absolutely love to help you with your business and take it to whatever decision or level or pivot that you want it to go.
Yeah, so we have some people, well, actually, people are starting to waitlist themselves for the mastermind, and we're going to open up a mastermind in early 2019. So just so everybody knows. But until then, and especially right now with the holidays and just getting through the rest of 2018, and then let's say planning for 2019 is a really good time to implement some strategy. And so we have actually been talking to a lot of listeners, and we've had several strategy sessions where it's two to one. So Minna and myself to the client, or even if they're partners. And we've dug into some really deep issues. So people are on the fence. People are giving themselves a timeline on when they're going to prove that their product works. And we helped sort of like create some ideas. We just had this incredible strategy session the other day with a client who we gave her a few ideas for a way to get her product more visible, and she already implemented them. And one of the things was getting like an influencer to be a part of her product. And she was like, she had an idea for the influencer. We talked about it. What was it? Like less than 24 hours later, we got an email that influencer said, heck yes, sign me up. I'm on board.
Yeah, and she said I would be so honored. And on top of it, she was like, "Thank you for giving me that nudge." That's the thing, guys, is sometimes it takes a nudge from us, from whoever, to be like, yeah, that here's giving you some clarity, but also a little bit of a nudge that you can do it and that this is actually the right decision. She was wavering back and forth in what direction she wanted to go and how she wanted to end the year and then also go into the following year. So I think it was really hard for her to step back from her business and be like, yeah, full-fledged, I'm going into this and this is what I should do. So we kind of nudged her. She decided what was right for her and she did it. And then like it was amazing. Less than 24 hours, she already did the big thing that she needed to do.
Yeah, the scary thing. And it was something that, a lot of the things sometimes she had said was like, yeah, I thought about that. I thought about that. But we think about a lot of things as
Mhm.
entrepreneurs. There's so many things, there's so many ideas, and it's like, well, what should I do? Like, where should I address my energy? And so sometimes, and we we're just a sounding board sometimes, or maybe we've come up with some strategies and ideas for you. Either way, though, it sometimes allows, or you don't need our permission. I'm just going to say that. But sometimes people feel like they need that permission. So they just need, or an affirmation or confirmation of something that they thought about doing, and then hearing it from somebody else, you're like, okay, great. I wasn't totally bonkers about that idea. So short of the long, thank you for hanging on, is that if you're interested in working with us in a 2-to-1, especially right now, especially between our mastermind times and before the holidays or during the holidays, we are here for you and we would love to work with you. So Minna, how can they get a hold of us?
You can go to www.theproductboss.com/about. So don't forget the beginning, theproductboss.com/about, and scroll all the way down to the work with us. You'll also see that in the show notes. But one of the things too that I wanted to mention is that we meet ahead of time about your business. So that's what makes it super powerful too, is that we're coming to you already having dug into your business, which is so much more significant, I feel, than just fresh, chatting from the get-go. We already know kind of the direction that we're thinking about, and then we're able to hear it from your own words, and then kind of, pivot however we want to do.
Mm-hmm. So just know that we will send you, if you decide to work with us, we send you like a form to fill out to talk. So you can tell us what you want to get out of the session. And then once we receive that form from you, Minna and I take time and we have a meeting outside of talking to you. We prep for it. We do some research. So we definitely had to research some of the people that we've worked with, because some of these products are really cool and interesting, but sometimes new or different to our world. And then based on the form you give us, the research, and from our knowledge of working with so many different types of products and from having our own successful businesses, we're able to come together and then really deliver in those strategy sessions with our listeners and with our clients, and kind of open up some ideas and thoughts, and also to streamline. Minna is very good at streamlining, like saying at the very end, these are your steps. You're going to do 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to get this result.
Yeah, it's just the takeaways, right? Jacqueline, a lot of the times when we meet in the beginning beforehand, she'll have a big idea. And then I'll say, and then she'll have to convince me. And they're usually brilliant, but that's what it takes is the beginning part of us chatting it out. That's really what you're paying for, is an outside person to look at your business anyways, right? So it's like we figure it out together, and then able to deliver a really big idea, but something that you can actually do, like that's quite difficult, I think. Like, we're just not throwing ideas at you. We're giving you steps if you want to take them.
Yeah, I think that's what we realized when we took the Colby, like the way that we're both very big on big ideas, but I'll come up with a big idea, talk through it with Minna, and then if we both decide that it's something, and not saying Minna comes up with huge ideas as well, but what she could usually do then is then break down that idea into steps. Like, okay, great, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and this is how you're actually going to accomplish that big idea.
Or I hire it out. My cousin Jimmy, the implementer.
Jimmy, the one who could build things and put up TVs.
Which, you guys, random, you can't see in the podcast, so you're going to have to watch the YouTube video of this. But I have a new office background, which is super exciting, and it's something that I'm just trying to bring in new energy for Q4. So I'm extra happy with this desk that this table that Jimmy built me.
Yeah, it's super cute. So again, check out the show notes for links to all the things we talked about, links to the clients we mentioned, and links to how to work with Minna and I in a 2-to-1 strategy session.
Thanks, everyone.